A very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this very insightful 119th online interactive session, which is also the 91st Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor. I extend my heartfelt greetings to our esteemed honorable guest speaker for the day, Ms. Sejal Srivastava ma'am, Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Singh sir, Honorable Director of the College, Professor Dr. Mahesh Sarma sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh sir, respected faculty members and my dear fellow students. I, Divya Best, a proud student of BBA batch 2025 to 2029 at DSPSR, feel deeply honored to stand before you today. DSPSR has always been committed to academic excellence, industry integration, and holistic student development. And today's session is another wonderful step in this direction. To commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in of wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us towards clarity, confidence, and success in the days ahead. Now, I kindly request Arun sir to play the virtual lamp lightning video.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते।
Divya, you are on mute.
It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Ms. Sejal Srivastava ma'am, an accomplished professional currently serving as HR manager at Agile Capital Services. She has been instrumental in talent acquisition, employee relations, and strategic HR planning. With prior experience as an HR intern at AIM India and a project management intern at DJET's Care Foundation, ma'am bring with her a strong foundation in communication, leadership, and organizational development. Her journey from completing her BCom honors at Invertes University, Bareilly to becoming a successful HR professional is truly inspiring. Ma'am's leadership skills, negotiation expertise, and commitment to enhancing organizational effectiveness make her a role model for aspiring management students. On behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Ms. Sejal Srivastava ma'am, and we look forward to learning from your wisdom and experience today. We are equally privileged to have as our moderator today Mr. Anubhav Mishra, a dynamic BBA student at DSPSR. He is a highly motivated student with strong skills in leadership, strategic planning, and communication. Currently serving as a secretary of the Rotaract Club DSPSR. In addition, he has served as the joint director of the editorial department of the Rotaract Club and as the class representative, showcasing his commitment to leadership and student development. With certifications in leadership and team effectiveness and financial literacy, Mr. Anubhav continue to build a strong academic and co-curricular profile. On behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Mr. Anubhav Mishra, and we are delighted to have you moderate today's interactive session.
Thank you so much, Divya, for this introduction. Welcome, ma'am, on this session. Thank you so much for joining. Ma'am, as a student, we have tons and tons of choices, especially in this current time. We have finance, we have marketing, we have HR, and like we have tons of other. But like it is quite difficult for today's student to actually pick one career path and to move forward with it. So like how did you manage to like think for yourself that HR is the one that you wanted to pursue your career in, and how can we learn from it?
All right, very good evening, Anubhav, and thank you so much, Divya, for a warm welcome. So I'm Sejal. I'm HR manager at Agile Capital Services, and as you all know, and Anubhav, as you have asked, that what made me decide to go for HR. So from beginning, everybody had told me regarding that you have some skills to manage people, you have the skills of leadership to to engage people with the things, to get their work done, and to make them console regarding things. So from that point, I decided to search for a career, right? I first in graduation I went for HR specialization. There also we were into some activities which make me ensure that I can go for HR, right? And then when I did internship in AIM India, I got to know that I have some good skills to be in HR. So in that way, I pursued my career in HR. And for you guys, I would like to say that always have a confidence in yourself, right? Whatever you are doing, you are going on a right path, right? So whatever you are doing, you should know like where it will lead you. In that way you will be able to find your career in a good and efficient manner. Like I did, I always had a word with my mentor, with my parents regarding the same, that whatever field I'm choosing, if I'm going good, and they have always helped me right way, right? So you should also go the same way and choose a career for yourself which suits your your things, your personality, your your bravery and all. That all depends upon yourself.
But you did your internship for 3 months, and what kind of things you have found out about yourself, which also like giving you that mental relief that all right, the path I'm choosing, it's right for me for the future.
So basically, I did HR internship, right? So in HR internship, I got to know that yeah, I can communicate properly. Like whatever the skills I was getting to know that people are observing in me, that I got to know in that internship, that I do inculcate those skills in myself. So that made me believe that I can totally go for HR roles. I can make people work. I can understand them. I can get the work done, which means a teamwork spirit and a leadership skill, which both I have. Right, so that's what I got to know in the internship, that I have these kind of skills which can make me a good performer in HR field.
Ma'am, while I was, looking for the profile, I went to your LinkedIn, and it was saying, it was in the bio, it was written that you wanted to utilize your technological skills as well. What kind of technological skills you were talking about?
Like in starting, I was so much into Excel and Words and PPTs and all, right? So I used to think that I can also get all these things together, all these skills together to get my work done. And in HR also, we are having various things to use our technological skill, obviously, right? We have to present our company at different levels, right? We have to do CPC calculation and all. So definitely, I got a platform for that too here. So definitely, I could fulfill my technological skills as well.
Like you are on HR manager profile, right? And it's it's like the senior most
Yeah,
thing for an HR in a company, right?
yeah.
So how hard it is for you personally to like try to treat every employee equally, because they think that you're going to treat them equally, right? But somehow we end up like sometimes we cannot fulfill everybody's decision or everybody's
Exactly.
wish.
Yeah.
So how hard it is for you to?
So, like, it depends upon, colleague to colleague as well. It depends upon my juniors as well, like how they are taking me. If they are taking me very seriously, like if they are thinking that she's only being serious every time, she doesn't have anything to do with us, then they will think like I have one or other employee who I'm taking, treating very privileged or making him very feel very good, except them. So I have to take care of everybody, that we are on the same page, right? And secondly, that I'm treating everybody equally, nobody is lagging behind. I try to take everybody together, so that nobody lags behind, nobody feels insecurity, nobody feels get a feeling of what you call FOMO, right? Nobody gets a feeling of FOMO. That's what I have to take care of for all the employees, obviously.
Okay. And with that, you said FOMO. Uh, like as an HR manager, you must have took loads and loads of interviews of different employees for different job positions as well, right? And like, is there any kind of criteria that you follow that when someone even enters the room, so you start like, okay, if this person have did some these, small gestures also, so like they might not be a good fit for our company or something like that. You may have follow.
All right. If I talk about the things which I notice when I take somebody's interview or enter in a room of candidates, so the first thing is body gesture. Right. If I am feeling like the person standing in front of me is not able to represent himself or herself through his or her body gestures, then I definitely have a backup in my mind, like if he or she is not preferable candidate until and unless I gear up to the interview round, right? PIs. So body gestures matters the most. Like some people are there who have a habit of shivering their leg or hand or while sitting, so all these kind of small gestures, they all matter a lot.
But
Like,
Sejal, these are
Yes.
very, very shallow things. There are a lot of people who open up after 10 minutes, but the depth which they have is immense. And you decide in first 5 seconds or first 30 seconds whether candidate is selected or not selected.
No, I do
Isn't
not
that you are
just.
making a mistake of
No, no, no,
rejecting a
no.
candidate who's worthy?
Definitely not. I'm not. I do not decide in first 30 seconds if the candidate is selected or not. But yeah, like 10% of the image I can make up in mind according to their body gestures. I can say that.
Okay. Sejal, tell me
noted.
one thing. Now that all the labor laws have changed, since 2014, we only have four bills, and major amendment has been in Maternity Benefit Act, where you are a woman yourself. When a woman is on family way, employer has to give 6 months leave and compensation. So experience has been that girls take maternity benefit and after that they resign. Uh, two or three or four such examples, and employers say to you that uh, any girl who is of marriageable age or is about to marry must be asked in the interview, and in case she has a plan to get married, then don't hire her because employer doesn't earn out of that lady that much he spends on her. Question number one, how do you take care of diversity in such situation? Question number
So
two, hold on. Not yet finished. Question number two, how do you take care of such pervert nature of female gender where they misuse the benefit? Number three, how do you take care of the fact that I have seen in my experience that a girl has been working earlier, got married, but has not been working since 3 years. The moment they start planning a family, starts looking for a job, she gets a job. After 90 days of work, she submits for me and claims maternity, goes on leave, and after leave, she never comes back. How do you address these three issues in ACS with you as a
so
woman?
yeah, basically, Mr. Dhyan, if I would like to tell about the women who are about to get married and they are coming in the organization, so that's not an issue for us. Definitely, that's not an issue for us. We are there to support her in every up and down of her life, right? And if you talk about that, if women go on maternity leave and they never come back, right? So there's a different process for that. Definitely we have a contact with those colleagues. We have a contact with their officials as well as their personal contacts. We do have, so we try
Like
to
what do you do?
contact them.
Like what do you do?
Sir, actually,
Let us say I'm a female. I've taken 6 months salary after working for 3 months and I've resigned. And
okay,
you
so
contact me. I say that I don't want to come back.
for very first thing, Mr. Dhyan, I'm here since 2 years, right? So it's been 2 years starting my career, so I haven't seen this kind of situation yet, that
Okay.
if anybody is going on maternity leave and they're not coming back by taking the salary. So I have not seen this kind of situation yet. But yeah, if we are facing any kind of situation like this, we totally try to have a conversation once, right? Because somehow they are also unstable to something, that's why they do this. So definitely we try to have a conversation with them once, and then we'll try to proceed with the further undertakings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think labor laws are fair?
Actually, I haven't. seen the update regarding the same. So I'm not sure about that, and if it's also a very kind of political statement from my side. So I would not like to comment on that as much on this platform, but
No,
definitely.
इतनी क्या बड़ी बात है, छोटी सी बात है. Do you think they are fair or they are lopsided?
So actually, it is fair for some and fair for some not. Not many of them, right? So it depends upon person to person. I do not have an individual opinion on that as of now. But yeah, definitely when I go in depth, when I read them in depth, I'll definitely have an opinion.
Okay. And what is your current role exactly in ACS right now?
So basically, I was HR executive first, then I was promoted as HR manager, right? So
No, no, no,
I'm
no. What were you doing as HR administrator?
I'm HR manager, sir, and I am handling a team, right?
No, no,
As
no, no. You said that you were HR administrator first, then you were
oh no,
promoted
I
to HR
was
manager.
HR executive first.
HR executive. Okay.
Yeah.
What was
Now
your
I'm
role as
HR
HR
manager.
executive? What were exactly, functionally, what were you doing?
Okay, so as an HR executive, we had to, I was into relationship building with some colleges and in some institutes regarding that time I didn't have any team or something to lead to, right? My roles were quite different at that time. And as an HR manager, I have a team. I have, I have to take various placement sessions as well as talks also, as well as I am in contact with some colleges for the recruitment and placements of the candidates, right? For final placements as well as for internship. I'm leading a team of individuals who are having a very, definitive goals. So yeah, that's what my roles are as an HR manager, and what I have told that were my roles as an HR executive.
That means if you get a bright place of bright temple of education like DSPSR, where talent is nurtured, this is a potential ground for you to hire people.
Exactly, we have been contacting with the DSPSR since very long time. Even we always collaborate with DSPSR for summer internships as well as for winter internships.
Acha, you are
Even
already in relationship with DSPSR.
exactly, we have been
Okay.
collaborating with the same.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, any bright case studies of DSPSR do you have at ACS?
Actually, if I remember that there are some students who have, grabbed PPO from the company. I do not remember the names exactly, but yeah, I have the records of the same. As well as there are some students from DSPSR who have, got international conventions. They performed so well in the company that they have gone for international convention to Dubai, and also they have grabbed some domestic conventions and their stipend, as well as one or two candidates have got their PPOs. That's how we got our, relations polished with the DSPSR.
Perfectly fine. In fact, my experience also has been the similar one. I was once I was doing recruitment for country sales head, and I was looking into the competition of one of the organizations for which I was working. And when I looked at one individual, he was from DSPSR, and he was doing so well that he was, I don't remember his name, but he was a Sikh, Sadaji. And when I interviewed him, I found him to be so bright that I forwarded him to the um chairman to have an interaction. And that person was immediately picked up without any second thought. So actually, the alumni of DSPSR is the strength of DSPSR. So we as a fraternity want more and more corporates to get engaged with DSPSR.
Exactly,
M-
exactly.
Maybe Anubhav becomes a big man tomorrow and he forgets Dhyan Chauhan. Anubhav, over to you.
Hopefully, sir. Hopefully. Ma'am, so I've also completed my internship of 2 months in HR recruiter. So one thing that I've learned from that company don't want an employee who have changed their companies regularly, who have been a frequent changer. Like for many reasons, many of them have their certain reasons, but like you also believe that frequent changes should not be like allowed in company, kind of this.
Anubhav, I would say it depends upon company to company as well as employee to employee, right? If you're not getting growth anywhere, then you have to switch, right? For your personal development, for your personal growth, you have to switch and go somewhere where you are getting a platform to grow yourself. right? Nobody wants to stay in a company where you are not growing, where you are just stable at your career, right? So that must be a perception of employees to switch frequently. But in my perception, if any employee like this is coming in front of me, then I definitely would have a quick discussion with him, quick and deep discussion with him regarding his career plans and what are his future plans and what are his past experiences, and according to that we'll proceed further, definitely.
Yeah. In our college also at DSPSR, our management also, do this company visits, industrial visits, so that we can also gain knowledge of practical, no, some practical knowledge about how companies work and all. So, like, what you think, like, we need what kind of, practical skills before graduating, even as a fresher, that can help us in getting, a better opportunity.
Okay, so Anubhav, I would like to tell you, you should, keep searching first, right? Keep searching first, keep comparing first. There are various platforms for you guys to search for jobs, to search for internships, as well as to compare them. In LinkedIn also we have a feature of comparing internships and jobs, right? So you can go for that, as well as you must get connect with some of the people working out there in that organization, so that you can get to know what is the working of that organization, what is the environment of that organization, and accordingly you can decide whether you have to go there or not.
Okay, you have talked about environment. So, as an HR manager, how, like, how important it's for you to maintain a certain environment or decorum inside of a company, that nobody feels burnt out or nobody feels, stressed and all. Even if in stress situations, they can work efficiently and effectively.
Right, Anubhav. So I would like to tell you that a positive environment in a company or a department is very necessary, very, very necessary. If there is any kind of lack, then obviously it is going to affect the whole of a company.
Hmm.
Right? If any department is lagging behind, if any department is facing negative environment, then obviously it will affect the company. Right, so it is very important for me to maintain a positive environment all over, and I try to, include everybody so that nobody feels a feeling of negativity in themselves or others, right? That they have been promoted, they have been given more importance or like that. So I definitely try to include each and every individual so that they can also get a environment of friendly things and a positive nature from everybody.
Sejal, tell me honestly, I'm just adding up to Anmov's question.
Yeah.
If your management is crooked, means your employer and his immediate team, use and throw type of people, can HR actually build a culture
All right.
where environment is positive?
So, Mr. Dhyan, for I would like to answer
Call me
in
Dhyan,
behalf of.
not Mr. Dhyan. Call me Dhyan.
Sure, sure. So I would like to answer on behalf of ACS. We are not, that type of
No, no,
organization
no, no,
who
no, no.
just
This is a. I'm not talking of ACS. I'm
general
not
question
talking
you
of.
are asking.
I'm talking of generic. You are a HR
Okay.
professional, right?
All right. So
You are
firstly,
in
I
the
would like
capacity of
to.
HR professional. Now tell me, if management is crooked, for example, management is working on whims and fancies, and one day they call you and say that fire on Bob. I don't want to see his face by 4 o'clock. Now,
So I would like to, understand the reason first from the management, like what has actually happened with
there
that
is something.
employee.
There is something which I cannot tell you. There is something secret which I know about him. I can't tell you, and please fire him. I don't want to see him in the office today.
All right, then I would like to have a conversation with employee first if he has done something, because without communication I cannot do anything. Being an HR, I have to get a reason first to fire someone or to hire someone. I should have a reason first, right? So I would like to communicate first, then I would proceed up with any further, step. And if I
Okay.
talk about,
I come back to my question again.
yeah,
Can HR create a positive environment in the company? Yes, no,
definitely yes.
no.
Yes, definitely, because I have seen HRs creating positive environment in the company. I have some fellow HRs whom I know, also have the same thing to do. Even in my company also, I also do the same things through various activities, as well as,
See,
we have.
you can be an enabler of management philosophy. You can be a communicator. You can have events around things. But if the environment in the organization is hostile, either you will have a long life or people will have a long life. If people will have a long life, then you won't have a long life. If you will have a long life, people will not have a long life. That's how practically it works.
I would
As
like to
soon
say that it depends perception to perception, right? Everybody is having a change of conception, so yeah, definitely.
okay. But one thing, one pointer I can share with you that in a situation where HR feels that the environment is hostile and they need to help employees, they must invest in executive education. They must slowly convince the senior leadership
Yeah,
on upgrading themselves on soft skills. They must convince senior leadership on executive coaching, especially the CEO of the organization, that how an organization is run, because intangibles impact tangibles in any business.
definitely, definitely.
If your culture is bad, your business will never grow. And if
Yeah,
your culture is good, like Tata's, your business will grow in leaps and bounds. Tata's have faced so many losses, but they've always taken care of employees.
exactly.
Are you getting my point? And
Totally.
same, and on one hand, we have companies like Reliance also, where beyond Jamnagar refinery, which was established by Dhirubhai Ambani, we have nothing. And all they are eating is of all the money which they're eating of Jamnagar refinery, and doing things like Vantara and 100 crore marriages and things like that, blatantly flashing money. But actually, if you touch any employee of Reliance, he's willing to change the job immediately. They are just not happy because of work pressure, because of work culture. Now, who will teach Mukesh Ambani how to run a business? And I say that openly. I'm not afraid of anything. There are organizations which are worse than jail, and there are organizations which are heaven.
Uh,
And all depends on how is the senior management of the organization.
exactly, exactly. Even
And HR role in such situation becomes where they educate the senior management to become better human beings.
exactly. Even I can relate with you with the one, I had read about one experience of EY where an employee died and nobody went to her funeral. So that is
Exactly.
also a kind of bad top management,
See,
right?
EY takes graduates from North Campus, places like Zakir Hussain College,
Yeah,
Hansraj College, Karodimal College, uh, SRCC, and you
yeah,
know how much they pay them? They pay them a
definitely,
CTC seat cost to company of 21,000 out of, and after deductions they get 19,400 in hands, and they are supposed to be in office by 8:30, and they are never able to leave office before 10 o'clock in the night, and there is no conveyance, and girls and boys are supposed to be in suits, and with their expensive suits they travel in metro, and weekdays are so hectic. It's criminal. It's
exactly.
criminal. But
Like,
but
yeah,
students try to join EY. Why? Because of a brand. But
because of the name.
what EY does is they actually suck their blood. They actually suck the
Exactly,
blood, despite being such an organization. So if you look at the attrition of big fours, it's not very healthy. None of the big fours are on healthy attrition. People do CA, first attempt CAs, they are hired by campus. They are paid some compensation as per market rates. And look at their lives. They work for 18, 20, 24 hours a day. And is there anybody to ask whether you have taken a sleep or not, whether you have taken bath or not, whether you are comfortable working with us or not? Nobody asks. They just thrash them upside down. These are not the cultures where people should be working in.
exactly. These are not the cultures.
Okay, Anubhav, over to you.
Um, as you know, like this, it's kind of a prank also, you know.
Anubhav, your voice is not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Ma'am, I was asking, you know, it's a thing that we say employees are our biggest asset, right? But at the times of layoffs, you know, as you can see, companies with over, no, there's big turnover. Companies fire their employees in thousands, like 10,000, 20,000. So how hard it is for an HR especially an HR manager to handle this kind of a situation?
All right, so I would like to tell you at the time of layoffs, we do have to fire some employees, right? Because of the company's stability, equilibrium where we have reached, where we are not getting any type of loss or any type of profit. So yeah, there is a layoff. So definitely we have to tell the employees, we have to first measure the performance of the employees, right? Whoever is performing the lowest, there goes the HR and there they fire.
touch wood, we do not have to do anything like this in ACS yet. Yeah. So yeah, but in some companies, I have seen this that there are layoffs and there are major layoffs. So yeah, the HRs have to seek the performance of their candidates, performance of the employees first. Then the lowest performance obviously gets the layoff. So in that situation, HR has to convince the employee in any way possible to to get their paid off, also to come back if they need, if the company is in good situation. So that's a lot of work for HR.
No, 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 Sejal, no, no. Have you heard of outplacement services?
Pardon?
Have you heard of outplacement services?
I must have, I do not remember.
See, when an employee is being fired, what is the biggest thing he needs?
So actually your voice is really, getting blurred.
I'm saying when an employee is being fired, what is the biggest thing which he needs?
Definitely he needs a console from the company that if the company gets better, then they will call him back,
No,
or
Sejal,
the
no, 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 no.
comfort.
When an employee is being said that you have to go, the biggest thing he needs is another job.
That's his
Good
personal concern.
organizations, good organizations don't convince employee on management mandate. Good organizations convince management to hire outplacement agencies. The CRC of DSPSR, Corporate Resource Center of DSPSR, has a cell which works on outplacement, where they will charge you 10% of annual CTC of the candidate which you are giving him, and they will help you place. They will talk to the student, make his resume, see his credentials, do the skill development if required. If not required, they will try to place him directly if he is already ready. And then you can tell to him that you had 3 months moratorium. In 3 months, I am referring you to outplacement services, and they will get you another job. Until then, you are our valued employee. It's just that we cannot afford or something like that. That is actually what is solace. You don't have to convince anybody. The person who was working with you till yesterday, today you call him and tell him that देखिए मैं समझ सकती हूँ, I can understand what you are going through. उसके घर में दूध कैसे आएगा, सब्जी कैसे आएगी, किराया कहाँ से देगा? आपके कहने से थोड़ी होता है. तो एचआर वाले को, तो मैं आपको एक कान में एक बात डालना चाहता हूँ कि अगर कभी भी फ्यूचर में आपके साथ ऐसा होता है, use outplacement services of CRC of DSPSR. We will charge you for it, but all your employees will revere ACS. पूजा करेंगे ACS की कि ये एक ऐसी कंपनी है जो आपको सड़क पे नहीं छोड़ देती. और
Point.
अपने मैनेजमेंट को बात बताइएगा कि
Sure.
मैं कल कॉल पे गई थी और मेरे को ऐसी ऐसी चीज मिली है. और दूसरी बात, झटके का ले ऑफ और झटके की हायरिंग दोनों कंपनी के लिए नुकसानदेह होते हैं.
Obviously.
छोटी कंपनीज क्या करती हैं, आज बोलती हैं मुझे 50 लोग चाहिए, एचआर वाला लग जाता है भूत की तरह, हर जगह ऐड देता है, लिंक्डइन में, इसमें उसमें, आई एम हायरिंग, ओपन फॉर हायरिंग, ओपन फॉर हायरिंग, आई वांट दिस, रोज 500 सोलों का फुटफॉल, रोज सबको इंटरव्यू ले रहा है. और 6 महीने बाद प्रोजेक्ट चला गया, 40 लोग फायर करने हैं आपको. अगर आपके मैनेजमेंट की ये अप्रोच है, तो आपको उनको डीएसपी सर लेकर आना है एग्जीक्यूटिव कोचिंग के लिए कि मैन पावर प्लानिंग कैसे करते हैं. आपको यहाँ के प्रोफेसर्स, यहाँ के टीचर्स, यहाँ के ट्रेनर्स सिखा देंगे कि हाउ प्रॉपर मैन पावर प्लानिंग इज डन. उसका मेथड होता है. सो बेसिकली जो एंगेजमेंट लेवल आपका है अभी डीएसपीएसआर के साथ, जो ट्रांजैक्शन लेवल पर है, विच इज आपको बच्चे चाहिए तो आप डीएसपीएसआर आते हैं, उसके बाद जयराम देखिए, उससे थोड़ा बढ़ के एक नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाने की जरूरत है. आप भी सुखी रहोगे और हमें भी सेवा करने का मौका मिलेगा. अनुभव, ओवर टू यू.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, I wanted to ask this, like, you consider English speaking language as a skill or just a way of communication, according to you?
I would say that depends upon him, candidate. If that candidate is from a good background, or if I'm hiring from a very good university or a very good college, then I would definitely consider as a way of communication rather
Okay.
than a skill, right? And if I am, hiring from some small colleges or so small university, then I would definitely consider him as one of the skill as well, because everybody is not that much trained in,
Yeah.
linguistic. Yeah, so that's why I would go for skills as well. But yeah, I would in general way I would consider it as a meaning of communication only, because
Exactly.
yeah, everybody is learning English since their childhood, so that would be a meaning of communication only from my
Ma'am, because as I was also hiring for this one company, HR manager, they wanted someone who can also speak English and who have this certain kind of skill set, all the recruitment, payroll, operation part, everything. But many of the candidates who have like exact things what they wanted didn't got selected just because they didn't knew how to speak good in English. Their Hindi was very good, but because of their English language, they weren't even selected, even considered for the interview. So like is there anything that you do specifically to find out that all right, if I get these kind of skills, then I don't need this brilliant English, fluent English?
So basically, Anubhav, if I could tell you, then majorly we hire for internships, right? So in
Okay.
internships, there are various executives who take interviews of the candidates. So upon that decision, I take decision. If I get a confirmation from that executive that this candidate is very good and he has good set of skills as well as his communication is also very nice, then I will be up for that. And there are also some students who require second rounds, right, to get the better understanding. So definitely I go for it, and I have a clear cut communication of a good time, a thorough communication, so that I can have a decision upon its selection or rejection.
Ma'am, what kind of internships you offer to student?
We are basically up for hiring of
Okay.
marketing plus HR and marketing plus finance. One of my junior, Miss Khushbu, is in contact with Miss Ishita regarding
Okay.
the same. Yeah,
Okay.
regarding the internship hiring, and through that only Ishita got to arrange this LDP for me.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. It's good. Yes, ma'am. When you need, some kind of a specialist, so you what's your approach while hiring for this? Because in your LinkedIn profile it was written talent acquisition.
Yeah.
So talent acquisition, you must have have any kind of strategies also for going towards while hiring for a specific job position.
Yeah, definitely. Like if, when I have to hire for somebody, then firstly what I do is I try to post on each and every social platform
Mm-hmm.
first, right? Because in today's generation, people are more active socially than offline, right? So I try to put it on each and every platform of ACS as well as mine, so that we can have a good pool of candidates. And then we'll go for that. And also we, try to contact some of our good relationship colleges where we can get a good pool of candidates. Like we are in touch with IBS, we are in touch with IIMs as well as Narsi Munji, if you have heard of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are in
Yes.
touch with various good institutions where we try to coordinate for the placement so that we can get a good pool of candidates as well as polished people.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yeah,
suppose like, next year I'm also graduating from DSPSR. You guys should, I know, hopefully you guys will come for the placements as well. So
definitely.
like, what kind of, skills you want in me that you will hire me on a like, a good package. I'm not going to say like, I'm not going to say any amount here and there, but like, if you want to hire me, what kind of skills I should have?
So, Anubhav, if I could tell you, ACS is offering performance-based PPOs also. So, if you would like to go for it, you can enroll for it, the internship program, right? And after the internship, if you are performing very well in the internship, you can have the chance to grab a PPO from the company itself. And if you are a UG candidate, then definitely you will be having a CTC of 4 to 5 LPA. That too is negotiable. And if you are a PG candidate, then definitely you are having a CTC of 7 to 8 LPA,
Okay.
right? So likewise things goes, and yeah, I would like to have you in the company. You are such a good communicator, you are a very confident student as I can see. Yeah, so definitely I would like to apply you to in ACS, definitely.
Above, if you want to get selected in ACS, there
Yes.
is a certification program DSPSR is launching, which is Certified BEI Professional.
Okay, sir.
Sejal would know what is BEI. BEI stands for Behavioral Event Interviewing, and it's prolifically used in talent acquisition. Sejal's profile and ACS profile on HR, I see heavily lopsided on talent acquisition rather than other aspects of HR. So you must go for that certification and present that certification to Sejal, and then I'm sure she will hire you in her TA team after that.
Hopefully,
And
sir.
Sejal, आप भी करना वो certification
Sure, 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 Miss. Yeah,
behavioral event interviewing का.
done.
we have one very eminent behavioral scientist who does that, and he's a renowned figure. He's one of the 40 top behavioral scientists in the country, and you can see him on LinkedIn. His name is Professor Raju Veer. See his
So,
credentials, and he has been through and through HR guy of 80s. So he's the one who conducts that program, and he makes you very sharp on talent acquisition. Professor Raju Veer, if you search on LinkedIn,
I'll
he's the
definitely.
one who does that on behalf of DSPSR. Both of you should go for that certification and make
Hmm.
a great team.
Sure, sure.
So, like, you
And what
know,
about your voice is lagging a bit?
sorry, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, I was asking, people also give a good amount of weightage to the experience. If
Exactly.
you have X amount of experience, we will consider you and we will give you this amount, and which is negotiable. You also said, no. So, how
Yeah.
much the company can go for an employee if that employee is perfectly fitting into that job position?
And above that is also depending upon the job role, whatever they're applying for. Right?
Okay.
Every company has a definitive slab for that job role.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that slab definitely depends. And also, if you are applying, for example, you are applying in some company as an HR manager itself, right? And that company is having slab of 10 to 12 LPA for the same profile. So if you are there with the experience, definitely they will negotiate and they will stretch up to 15 or 16, right? And if you're not having experience and if you're good at negotiation skills, then also they will stretch up, right? So that will depend upon company to company, on what profile you are applying for and on what experiences you have, how do you represent yourself. Everything is a key to your job profile.
Anubhav,
Yes, sir.
one thing for you and for all the students on this call. Remember one thing always. If company can give you 100 rupees,
Sir.
you should not please the company to pay you 110 rupees.
Yeah. Okay.
You will be the first one to be thrown out of the company in any untoward situation. If company can pay you 100 rupees, happily accept 60 rupees.
Okay.
Every job has a propensity. एक दर्जी जो होता है, एक शर्ट सिलने के 200 रुपए लेता है। वो 200 रुपए कहाँ तक जा सकते हैं? वो 200 रुपए जा सकते हैं 400, 500। अगर वो एक शर्ट सिलने के 5,000 रुपए लेगा, तो 900 रुपए में तो यार पीटर इंग्लैंड की शर्ट ही आ जाती है कपड़े के साथ। आपको करना क्या है? जॉब की प्रोपेंसिटी बढ़ानी है। सैलरी अगर बढ़ानी है तो आपको मांगना नहीं है। आज कंपनी की मजबूरी है, उसे लोग चाहिए, आज वो दे देगी आपको 100 के बदले 110 रुपए। कल जब मजबूरी खत्म हो जाएगी, वो आपको निकाल देगी। प्राइवेट सेक्टर जॉब, very soon careers will not be like they were earlier. Careers will like be as they are in Bollywood. बॉलीवुड में कैरियर शाहरुख खान है, क्या क्या आप कह सकते हो उसका कोई कैरियर नहीं रहा है? उसका रहा है, पर क्या उसके पास जॉब है? नहीं है। कभी थी? नहीं थी। सलमान खान का कैरियर कैसा रहा है? भाग्यश्री और सलमान खान ने एक साथ स्टार्ट किया था। भाग्यश्री का कैरियर गड्ढे में चला गया, सलमान खान का कैरियर बन गया। पर क्या सलमान खान ने कभी जॉब की? नहीं की। उन्होंने क्या करा? प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड ग्रोथ लिया। सेम वे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भी आजकल हो रहा है। तो कभी भी जो बच्चे क्या करते हैं, सबसे बड़ी गलती ये करते हैं, वो पैकेज के पीछे भागते हैं।
Yes.
अब अनुभव है, बताओ तुम्हारे अंदर अभी ऐसी क्या एबिलिटी है कि मैं तुमको 8 लाख रुपए साल के दूं, महीने का
Nothing.
70,000 रुपया? क्या करोगे तुम मेरे लिए?
Nothing.
अब तुम बोलोगे आई एम ए क्विक लर्नर, मैं सीखूंगा। तो मैं सीखने के लिए तुमको 80,000 रुपये दूंगा महीने के। पर बच्चे सोचते नहीं है ना, वो तो सोचते हैं मैंने बीबीए कर लिया डीएसपीएसआर से, अब मैं तो अजी फन्ना खां बन गया। होता कुछ भी नहीं है। पहले फन्ने खां बनो तो। इंडस्ट्री की एक पद्धति है, एक रिवायत है। आपकी हैसियत से पहले आपके हाथ में पैसा होगा। पहले अपनी कुवत दिखाओ, पहले अपना वैल्यू एड दिखाओ। ऐसी कोई कंपनी नहीं है इस दुनिया में जिसको मैं जानता हूं, जिसे अगर आप 1,000 रुपए कमा के नहीं दोगे, वो आपके साथ 500 रुपये शेयर नहीं करेगी। कोई भी कंपनी नहीं है। प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आती है? जब हमें चाहिए 600 रुपये, हम कमाने लायक नहीं 50 रुपये भी। तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सेजल की टीम अगर आप ज्वाइन करते हो, सेजल की करंट रिक्रूटमेंट कॉस्ट बैठी है महीने की 10 लाख पे। आप उस रिक्रूटमेंट कॉस्ट को कम कर देते हो, 2 लाख कर देते हो, कुछ भी इनोवेशन करके, अपने आप आपकी तनख्वाह बढ़ बढ़ जाएगी, सेजल खुद ही बढ़ा देगी। लेकिन अब आप सेजल से पूछेंगे मेरी क्या पैकेज होगा, यू आर ओनली डिमांडिंग, यू आर नॉट गिविंग। लर्न टू गिव, नॉट टू आस्क। ये क्वालिटी हर स्टूडेंट के अंदर होनी चाहिए। पहले दो और फिर वेट करो, डिमांड
Sir,
मत करो।
actually, this is the only problem of Gen Z. I just want to share one incident a few days back.
हाँ डॉक्टर मुक्ता।
एक स्टूडेंट लेट आया, तो मैंने कहा कि क्यों लेट आया। मैम, मैं बहुत दूर रहता था। मैंने कहा कि अगर आपको यही नोएडा जाना होता तो क्या करता। मैम, मैं वही ऑप्ट करूंगा जहां मुझे कैब की फैसिलिटी मिलेगी, नहीं तो मैं करूंगा ही नहीं। मैंने कहा दैट्स गुड। आपने बिल्कुल फोकस क्लियर कर रखा है कि मेरे को कैब मिलेगा तो मैं ज्वाइन करूंगा, अगर चाहे मार्केट में इतनी आपके पास जॉब्स अवेलेबल ही ना हो तब भी मुझे कैब चाहिए तो ही मैं जाऊंगा, नहीं तो मैं जॉब को एक्सेप्टेंस दूंगा ही नहीं। मैंने कहा दैट इज गुड। ये जेन
हम्म।
जी की प्रॉब्लम हो गई है सर आज के टाइम पे, कि मुझे सेल्स नहीं करनी, मुझे इतना पैसा मिलेगा तो ही मैं इंटर्नशिप जाऊंगा, मुझे स्टाइपेंड मिलेगा तो ही जाऊंगा मैं।
अनुभव
वो
मेरी
नॉलेज के
फर्स्ट
पीछे नहीं
जॉब,
भाग रहे हैं।
एग्जैक्टली डॉक्टर मुक्ता, अनुभव मेरी फर्स्ट जॉब गुड़गांव में थी। मैं रहता था गाजियाबाद में और मेरे पास गाड़ी नहीं थी। 9 बजे से पहले ऑफिस पहुंचना होता था। तो मैं घर से 5:30 निकलता था, गाजियाबाद से एएलटी की बस लेता था, शिवाजी स्टेडियम जाता था, शिवाजी स्टेडियम से गुड़गांव की बस लेता था, उद्योग विहार उतरता था, फिर वहां से 1 किलोमीटर पैदल चलता था। चाहे बारिश हो, चाहे गर्मी हो, चाहे सर्दी हो, पर ऑफिस 8:30 बजे मैं पहुंचता था। और शाम को वही
That
रूटीन होता था। हमें तो कभी कैब नहीं मिली, और 6 डेज वर्किंग था, मंडे टू सैटरडे। और संडे सिर्फ मिलता था। संडे हम सोते थे भूत की तरह और कपड़े धोते थे अपने। तब जाके आपके व्यक्तित्व में निखार आता है, तब आपके अंदर गहराई आती है, तब आपके अंदर डेप्थ आती है। और ऐसा नहीं उस जमाने में मैं गरीब था, वो जमाने ही ऐसे थे। कारें ही नहीं होती थी, सड़क खाली पड़ी रहती थी। NH8 नहीं हुआ करता था, छोटी सी सड़क थी, और एक कार, एक गाड़ी नहीं दिखती थी आपको। मैक्स दिखेगी साइकिल या स्कूटर। सो माई समरी मैसेज ऑफ एवरीथिंग इज दैट ऑल स्टूडेंट्स मस्ट लर्न first to give and then wait. Company will automatically reward you more than what you expect. Don't demand, because if you demand, your life will not be long in the organization. Okay, अब आप पूछ सकते हैं अगला क्वेश्चन।
yes, sir. So, sir, ma'am, one thing that I wanted to ask, this is when you get selected in a company, then this is a training period employees have to go through, right? So, is there any kind of a period that the company is giving to an employee, and if मतलब उस certain period में if that employee is not able to get through this much, if he's not able to understand this much, so is there anything that they would try to consider that another employee in place of him slash her?
Like what we prefer is if in one department that employee is not able to get that much in his potential or he is not able to perform. So we try to test him with other department as well, right? Maybe he can flourish in that department. Maybe he has skills to shine in that department. So we try to go for another department if he's not doing good in HR maybe. So we try to go for backend department. Maybe he can go good with Excel work, computer work, or not callings and all. So in that way, we try to retain each and every employee. If anybody is in the company, we try to do the retention in this way also, right? So yeah, we do not have to reject any employee or to throw out of the company if they are not trying to do if they are not able to do good in training period. We have various other things, various other options to do with that employee. Definitely.
Okay. And one more thing is that how significant the HR policies are for a company, and like, is there any kind of a thing that you take in the mind before drafting the HR policies? Or okay, so these kind of policies that we need in our company that can benefit everybody around us, if not everybody, then maximum and majority of them?
Look, HR policies are always made on behalf of the company, right? Whatever the employee needs. HR policies are always made upon the same things, which can also make employee in discipline, which can also, fetch punctuality from the employees, right? As well as which can also benefit the employees, as well as the company. We have to see both ways. We cannot, turn up to employee only. We cannot turn up to company only. We have to go both ways. Then only we can go hand in hand and have a good and fruitful collaboration with employees and a good and positive environment in the company as well, right? So HR policies are always made in on the behalf of the employees as well.
And ma'am, one more thing is that when we get into these HR policies as well, like what kind of certain policies that you want there to be in every kind, like in your company, regardless of whether someone needs it or not, but they has to be there, maybe for the future. Like, is there any kind of policies that you have drafted?
So like I do not think that any kind of policies are there like that to make them specifically चाहूंगी to be
Okay.
implemented, because whatever policies we have as of now we are running good on that. Punctuality is the foremost thing which I go for. Punctuality and discipline is the foremost thing which I go for. So I try to draft policies so that employees do not have to worry about that. Also, they can follow it with the policies as well, right? Because if everybody is not in time, not on time, not reaching on time, not leaving on time, so that will be an issue for them as well as for the company, right? So we try to draft some policies like.
Ma'am, unmute yourself once. Once again, unmute yourself all.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Now forum is open for also.
Above, let other people also ask questions. Anybody out of 57 participants want to ask any question to our honorable speaker today, Ms. Sejal? They are free to ask. We see a lot of students having joined today.
Yeah, he or she can unmute yourself.
Any student who would like to ask question? Sejal, please be on screen. Yeah,
I'm on
thank
stream
you.
itself only.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Eklavya.
Ma'am,
Eklavya, can we
what's...
have your visual?
Yes, sir, 1 minute.
Very nice. Raise your both
Yes,
arms like this. Okay, now you can ask the question.
yes, ma'am. To ask that if you come and recruit an employee from the college, what are the basic skills that you will like to see for in them?
Look, Eklavya, that will depend on the profile for which I'm coming. Right? If I'll be coming for operations, then I'll be looking for that type of skills. I'll be looking for good Excel working, good knowledge of technology. Right? If I'll be coming for HR profiles, then I'll be looking for your communication skills, your body language, your presentation skills. Right? So on depending upon the department, depending upon the post, I'll be looking forward for the skills of the students.
Ma'am, what do you think prior research, patents, and other such achievements help in employment?
Yeah, they definitely do, right? Like we get to know various results of various findings from them. So yeah, definitely, I would be getting a lot of help from those for employment purposes.
Ma'am, can you recommend few other documents like the patents and all for to get the boost in employment?
So for your very kind information, I'm not that much into reading. So yeah, definitely, I do not have any kind of suggestions for you guys for the same.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other question anybody is having? Habiba, do you have any question?
Me? Like, even though there's only 2 minutes, ma'am, you can
I
share.
think we should go for.
Yeah,
I think Ishita is
closing.
not able to speak. She wants to ask a question. Arun,
Yes, sir.
uh, I think Ishita is not able to speak. She wants to ask a question. Just check.
No, she's coach, sir. She can ask.
Okay. I think we should go for vote of thanks. Ishita has some technical glitch. Who's giving vote of thanks?
Divya? Yes.
Yes, sir. We are truly grateful for the presence of a distinguished speaker, Ms. Sejal Srivastava, ma'am. Your valuable insights into human resource management, employee relations, and leadership skills have made this session highly meaningful and enriching for all of us. On behalf of DSPSR, I sincerely thank you, ma'am, for sharing your time, expertise, and experiences with us. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Mr. Anubhav Mishra for moderating this session with such clarity and thoughtfulness. My heartfelt, my heartfelt thanks go to our respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and my fellow students for their active participation and constant support in making this event a success. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead.
थैंक यू सजल एंड सजल कभी भी एचआर में आपको कोई दिक्कत हो तो इशरा के पास मेरा नंबर है पिन टू हेलीकॉप्टर एनी इशू आई स्पेंड 32 years in HR only.
That's really great to know, Mr. Dhyan. I would be definitely contacting you if I need any help. Thank you so much.
So take my number from Ishita, okay?
Sure, sure. Thank you,
All the
Divya.
best.
Thank you, Anubhav.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Dhyan. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank you so
great day.
much.